people live there.
This country is at war with Germany.
We came from a fairly well-to-do family, and there were rumours, of course, of Hitler rolling through Europe. And I remember my parents sitting by the radio in the mornings listening to what the latest horror news were. And then, of course, came the unhappy day of March the 15th, when Hitler rolled into Prague. And then all our troubles started. My name is Rudy Schiller. I was born in Prague in 1930, and I came to England as a refugee in 1939. I was aware of the fact that my parents were trying to get me out of Czechoslovakia, as it then was. But, you know, I was lucky in as much that I had an uncle, my father's brother, who was in England at the time on a business trip, and he was cabled not to return and try and find visas for any member of the family he could. One fine day, my mother took me and my brother to the station. Having packed our suitcases, we were allowed one toy each, and we were put onto a train, and my parents, well, my mother, because my father was in hiding at the time, my mother said, well, we'll see you, God knows when, but we'll see you. And then the journey started into the unknown, from Prague through Germany, and then customs and passport inspections, whether we had visas and this sort of thing. And we all had labels around our necks, you know, like parcels. And then as we got to the border and the customs inspection came about, everything was pulled apart. If you think customs inspections today are difficult, this was incredible. And I remember it very clearly because the toy I took with me, the one toy I was allowed to take, was an accordion. And that accordion was taken apart by the Germans, looking for anything we might be smuggling out, whether it be diamonds or money or whatever. And to my great fury, it was never put together again. Up to this point, it was all an adventure, really. We rolled into Liverpool Street Station, where I was a lucky one with my brother, because I had an uncle to meet me. And whilst he couldn't look after us, arrangements had been made that we could stay for a maximum of 3 weeks in a Catholic children's home in Southampton. Brother went into one family and I went into another, and we really didn't see anything of each other, but my parents were fortunate enough to escape from Czechoslovakia via Holland and managed to get a visa to come to England just before war broke out. We were reunited as a family, and we lived, I remember, in London, my parents, and my brother and myself, in a single room with a shared kitchen and bathroom. We met by chance a family who lived in Gerrards Cross. Don't ask me how, but it came about. It was one of these families that wanted to help, somehow wanted to help refugees, people that were destitute, people that had known better times, and we were taken under this family's wing. I went back to Prague with my mother straight after the war in search of relatives, eshons, and anything that might be recognizable and that might have belonged to us. We weren't particularly lucky in as much that all our family had perished in various concentration camps. But I was lucky enough to meet up with a girl I was at school with, and we kept in touch ever since. I had no further visits to Prague or the Czech Republic till my 25th wedding anniversary, when my wife said, "I'm taking you to Prague as a 25th anniversary present." I said, "I'm not going, I'm still under communist rule, I don't want to know." Anyway, I succumbed in the end, and we went, and I refused to speak Czech, and I refused to get involved in anything. But we met up with my erstwhile school colleague, and we were shown round the various bits and pieces that I remember, but most of it was in scaffolding in the communist days. And we had a week there, and it was an uncomfortable feeling, you know, and I was glad that it was over when it was over. I mentioned the girl I went to school with. She wrote to me one day and said, "I've just seen a film, and I'm sure at the end of it there's a picture of you. Is this film available in England?" And I said, "Well, no, I don't know anything about it." And 2 years ago we went to Prague again, and she said, "I've got it on video. Can I show you the bit? Do you want to see the whole film?" And I said, "No, just the bit. I don't really want to sit here for an hour and a half watching a film." And so along came that bit of the train steaming into Liverpool Street Station, children trooping off it, and there, sure enough, clearly recognizable, was my brother and myself holding hands, and it was really very moving, you know.